Hey guys, it's Silas. I'm going to do a book review on Sleeping Beauties by Stephen and Owen King. Finished this last week. I thought it was a pretty solid read. I would give it a good 8 out of 10, and will probably read it again in the future. In general, the story itself, basically, you're in the Appalachian Mountains, and a lot of it takes place within a prison. There's this woman who basically just comes in and nobody knows who she is and nobody knows kind of what she is. And all of this weird stuff starts happening, and every time the women fall asleep, they don't wake up. They just are kind of in this cocoon type shroud. And if you mess with them, if you try to get them out of the cocoon, bad shit happens. And you go throughout the storyline and you figure out kind of why that's happening and what's going on and where all these women are. Their conscious mind, where they are. And ultimately you get to see what happens to them, where they went, if and when they come back, without spoiling too much for you. I thought that there were some really excellent characters. There were some really good character stories throughout. I always like seeing a character storyline build. I always love to see characters evolve within a story, and I thought that they did an excellent job of making that happen. Additionally, it kind of had a very The Stand feel to me. Just I guess because it was a plague-like situation. So to me, it kind of had that feel, and it also had just other elements of other King books that I've read. So to me, it was just like one giant mashup of other books by Stephen King that I had read. That being said, it wasn't anything he's written per se, just I felt like there were certain aspects that reminded me of other stories. Again, in general, I would give this a solid 8 out of 10. Pick up a copy, read it. I know that, in the audible version at the end, I did actually listen to a lot of this one. I read and listened, going back and forth depending on what I was doing. But with the audiobook, there is like an afterword with Stephen and Owen just having a conversation about the book and how it came to be that they wrote a book together, which was a pretty cool thing. I'm sure it's probably on YouTube or something to listen to that, but I thought it was a cool little insight to it, to see their little dynamic that caused them to write the book together in the first place. If you have any questions, drop a comment. I plan on starting to do a lot more book reviews and probably some more in-depth stuff, but I don't want to give too many spoilers on this one, it being such a new book. I know that there are a lot of people who have not read it, so I don't want to give any spoilers or even any more than I have. But that being said, let me know if you've read it. Let me know what you think. Thanks, guys.